Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. Last time we explored the outside area of the Druid's Grove and we're ready to now head inside. I know we said we'd start out by going in there, but I remembered we need to rest because we are super injured and Shadowheart I think is out of spells. So yeah, the Harpies wrecked us. So let's just rest already. Just to get our spell slots back, mainly. We could get our health back. Or should I just do the short rest to get our health back and Shadowheart can just go without spells? Because the rest of us have most of our resources. That's probably the way to go.
Time to get going.
Yeah. And we'll just head through the door.
I'm sorry.
Won't they all catch a break?
Oh yeah, the missing child who was caught stealing.
Sylvanas. She must pay the price. We will Please. I'm sorry.
This is madness, Kagha. She's just a...
A what, Wrath? A thief? A poison? A threat? I will imprison the devil. And I will cast out every stranger.
Thief poison was this girl's actual crime. Prisoner, she's just a child, do nothing. One of your guards outside said you wanted to see me. Here I am. Thief poison, what is her actual crime?
Girl? You mean parasite? She eats our food, drinks our water, then steals our most holy idol in thanks. Wrath, lock her up. She remains here until the rite is complete. And keep still, devil. Tila is restless.
Come, Kagha. We took back the idol. Surely...
Do it.
-1 on the nature. Don't druids cherish harmony? Jailing the girl disrupts nature's balance. Persuasion, release her. Detect thoughts. Always fun. Tell the snake to be at ease. The girl must not be harmed. We could try that because we still have speak with animals active. I'm not just going to go straight to attack. And keeping silent feels foolish. Druids are good at wisdom, though. So I think detect thoughts would turn out poorly. Flat d20 roll. Yeah. Not sure about that one. Persuasion's where my skill set is. We'll try the snake first, because it's a unique interaction because of our speak with animals.
Silence. I answer only to mistress.
Fair. Alright. Persuasion, release her. I'll see that she stays out of trouble. Take the guidance. Yeah, not gonna try using friends on the current leader of the druids. I feel like that's how you end up getting attacked by all the druids. Barely enough, but it is enough.
Very well. She may go. Break your word, and my serpent shall feed. Sif, Tila to me. Out, thief. My grace has its limits.
It hurts.
Thank you, Kagha. Master Halsin...
Halsin isn't here. Keep his name off your tongue, lest Tila pierce it.
A cool looking snake as well.
Oh no. I hate wolves.
I didn't realize you were frightened of wolves, Shadowheart.
Everyone's frightened of something. My fear's hardly irrational when you see the fangs on those things.
Interesting.
I know that look. You're wondering why I was in pain before. Let's just clear the air about that now. It's just an old wound that hurts me from time to time. Nothing to be concerned about. It's nothing to do with the tadpoles, at least, in case your imagination is in danger of getting away from you. It's just something I have to live with.
There was clearly a glow on her hand of some injury on her hand that sparked in a magical manner. Badly does it hurt? Are you sure it's not connected to the tadpoles? I trust her that it's not connected to the tadpoles. If she says she's had it for a while and it seems something she's familiar with. How badly does it hurt?
Quite a lot, if I'm being honest. But it always passes quickly, so I can manage.
Fair. I guess we'll ask anyway. Are you sure it's not connected to the tadpoles?
Positive. You can trust me on that.
Didn't seem to be growing in tentacles, so I'll accept it. Other matters. Tell me about your fear of wolves. Probably won't like that. But I'll ask anyway. She can just say, I don't want to talk about it.
They're ravenous predators with fangs like daggers. It's hardly an irrational fear to harbor.
Not at all.
You've been decent to me so far. Maybe if you can, don't make me face any more of them. At least, not alone.
I don't expect you to be on your own around wolves. Try to avoid wolves in the future where possible. Everyone's got their own fears. I won't judge yours. We can scarcely afford to show weakness right now. I hope this won't be a problem. Wolves, though, really? They're just dogs with no table manners. I'm not going to make fun of her. She already doesn't like us very much. Everyone's got their own fears. I won't judge yours.
Really? Some might think it makes me a liability.
A little.
Maybe that's what I like about you. You're different.
Yeah, let's just leave. So, there's a wolf wandering around here, though I don't see it at the moment. Hi, Wrath.
You did well to speak up for the girl. That snake is fickle. A tragedy prevented.
By snake, are you talking about the snake or about your current leader? Because Kagha seems dangerous, and if I hadn't spoken up, what would have happened? Heard there's some sort of ritual going on. If I hadn't spoken up, what would have happened?
Nothing befitting a child. Nothing befitting any of our world's creatures. We've let a snake replace our leader. She will see the tieflings driven out, or worse.
So I was right that you, when referring to snake, were in some ways referring to Kagha. Kagha seems happy to rule the roost. Who's your real leader?
Master Halsin. Perhaps goblin called, perhaps dead. He'd set Mistress Kagha back in line. Hold her to task, stop this damned ritual. More will die if the rite is finished. So many more, sent into a world gone mad.
I mean, I do want to find Halsin. Seems useful. But I'm also looking for Nettie, so we'll start with that.
Ah, I see. You will find her deeper in the caves.
Okay, well, if no one's looking for Halsin, I could do it.
Would you? I would give anything to see Halsin return home.
What would you give? No need to fret, I'll find him. I'd like a more solid offer than anything. Yeah, I'd like a more solid offer than anything.
Our need is great. I will open the treasures of this grove to you, even if the circle forbids it.
Wow.
Halsin is an elf with the presence of a bear. He left west with the adventurers. You won't mistake the first druid for anyone else. Come, Silver. Stay close.
Oh, Silver is the wolf in question. Sorry, it's coming closer, Shadowheart. I can't do anything about that.
What will the tieflings want next? Letting the Hellchild go was a mistake.
The way they refer to tieflings here, again, druids are all about, you know, peace, harmony, etc. Specifically with nature, but just in general, they're very harmonious. And to just refer to them, tieflings themselves, as devils.
We have the right to defend our home.
So that's what you want? To kill a bunch of innocents?
Yeah.
I don't want to kill anyone, but I won't let this grove be harmed. Not again.
Please leave. Our hospitality has limits, and they were crossed long ago.
Okay. Study of the Sword Coast. Scrap of a larger map fastened to the page with fragrant sap. Someone has written, tainted by curse above the lands to the east, beyond the mountains on the road to Baldur's Gate. Grove Annals.
Not for communal use, it seems.
Ah.
Best show some respect. Or some more
I
cunning.
wasn't stealing it. I was trying to read it. I guess it does show up as red, showing that apparently reading it is not okay, versus this one, reading is yellow, so it's fine. I see. Someone's written Shadow Curse at the top of this page and a number of notes below it. Trees infected but still alive. Malicious component to underlying magic resists removal. It attempts to infect caster. Range and severity of curse suggest divine origin. Umbral characteristics in and vicinity to Shar's temple suggests goddess herself is responsible.
Temple of Shar. Where? And what's this about a curse?
Don't know. Paw print suggests an animal walked across this entry, smudging everything except a few words. Animal scout sent, eastern town, villagers possibly still alive, violent. Let's see. I think we've read basically everything. People of the Sword Coast, look around you. What do you see? A collection of gods-fearing humans, elves, and dwarves, or an infernal corruption of that divine image? Tieflings, wearing their devilish heritage for all to see, walk among us, as if they didn't owe their existence and allegiance to the lords below. These hell-touched peoples have infiltrated our cities, our organizations, even our families. They can claim to be good all they wish. Would you believe the tiger who looks at you with dripping fangs if he said he ate nothing but vegetables? No, we can see their true nature plain as day. But they are not the only evil infiltrating our world. All around I see drow, dwegar, and other creatures of the Underdark strive for acceptance. But why should you accept them when their brothers raid our countryside and steal our children? Obviously, I'm not saying they should be cast out. Obviously, I'm not saying we should return these delinquents to the Underdark and drive the tieflings back to the hells they came from. But be wary of these people, my friends. Be suspicious when you see them, and especially suspicious when you do not. Yeah, that's racist. Now, lots of tieflings are bad, lots of drow are bad. Claiming that they all are. Now, the tiger example, dripping fangs. If I saw a tiefling with dripping fangs, yeah, it's worry me. That's evidence that the tiger has actively recently killed. Versus a tiefling just having horns and red skin is not evidence of actively doing something.
She's a child.
A devil child. One who tried to steal from us.
Yet she failed. That's what matters.
That's true. Attempting a crime is a lighter sentence than succeeding in a crime, usually.
They look like dark justiciars.
Do they?
In darkest hour, a concord made, twixt harp and wild against the shade. Harp and wild. You recall stories of an alliance between druids and the harpers, but the details are vague.
Harpers are sort of a helpful organization that sort of does what they feel is best. I don't think they really answer to any legal jurisdiction.
This will all be over.
They just sort of choose their own members and then help out
Finished. What if they tried to steal
as
from
they
us?
wish.
Again.
And I guess in this case, helped out druids to fight off the Dark Justiciars, which are Shar worshippers.
Well have lain on the ground and let them trample.
The towers seized, the battle done. The moonrise broke the darkest one. History or myth, whatever is depicted here is long past.
Again, in a proper D&D game, anyone in the party could attempt that check. It wouldn't just be like, oh, your character failed, so it's gone. There's a religion check. Let's see if I can get Shadowheart to do the same check.
The towers seized, the battle done. The moonrise broke the darkest one. You see vanquished foes heaped at the druid's feet. The fallen bear Shah's sacred symbol on their armor and banners. The inscription speaks of moonrise, a reference to vile Saluna, no doubt. She and her druid allies bloodied Shah's forces, but Shah persists. She thrives.
So we got a lot more information. No check needed because Shadowheart knows a thing or two about Shar.
Very well.
I can loot your chest. All right. The Evil Eye. While the numbers of trinkets and bargains a hag personally acquires means that her powers will be unique compared to that of her sisters, hags as a whole can be divided into 3 subcategories. Night hags, named for such for their ability to hunt a mortal's dreams, slowly devouring vital essence until the victim's soul can be trapped into the hag's soul bag. They are known for being petty, selfish braggarts. Sea hags, known for devouring their victims whole. Sea hags can terrorize and kill with a single look. They reek of fish and are incapable of making a proper cup of tea. Green hags, they are beautiful, they are powerful, speak not a word against them. I will take your food since it's not stealing. Thank you. Logbook. What's the latest? This hefty book is labeled 1371 and stamped with an elegant stag across a dark green background. 6 Uktar. Sent 2 druids, some of the newer recruits up north. Village there has had 2 years of failed crops and are unlikely to survive the next winter. 9 Uktar. A group from Baldur's Gate arrived. They've set up camp on the edge of the forest. 2 bears and a fox came by. Their territory has been burned out. Half the fox cubs died, paying this new group a visit tomorrow. 10 Uktar. Visit did not go well. After telling me where to shove it, they said they'd cut down half the forest and burn out any wildlife that dared to stick around. Claimed they were going to farm the land and make a new city of their own. Time to get creative. 12 Uktar. Mudslide did the trick. Buried half their farming equipment and made the rest useless. They won't be back anytime soon. Got reports of a red wizard in the village south of here, sending 3 rangers to investigate. If they catch even a whiff of a red cloak, I'm contacting the House of Sylvanas. Red wizards are no joke. Again, they showed up in the D&D movie recently. Red Wizards of Thay. Scary. And powerful. So yeah, if you find evidence of a red wizard, immediately get help.
By claw and tooth from root to thorn, the old oak's grove to wildlings sworn. The mural depicts a ritual, but you do not recognize the deity involved.
Huh. Alright, Shadowheart. What can you tell me?
By claw and tooth from root to thorn, the old oak's grove to wildlings sworn. The mural shows druids claiming the grove in the name of the old oak, Sylvanas, god of nature.
No one's stopped me yet.
Is that? Oh, we've got another plaque up here.
The forest rose with claw and tooth to tear the darkness from its roots. Beasts chasing beasts alongside a wild woman. A depiction of some local folktale, perhaps.
Can't afford to stay idle.
The forest rose with claw and tooth to tear the darkness from its roots. The mural depicts druid and beast fighting together to drive monsters from their land. It looks like they were victorious, and yet the monsters have returned.
So there is a history of monsters attacking this grove, and by the power of Sylvanas, they sanctified this grove in a ritual, and they have fought back to push back the monsters. So there's some history for their current actions, it sounds like, although they didn't drive out all the people before.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
Yeah, I'm not going to steal from you guys. We won't read that. We'll read this. Interwoven prayers and incantations snake across one side of the page. Written on the other are instructions for performing the Rite of Thorns. When the prayer is complete, thorns and brambles rise from the earth, protecting from harm all who chanted it. So that's the ritual they are currently attempting. We've already talked to you. All of this is stealing. Why are you guys so particular about your stuff? Alright. Well, as it is, let's go see if we can find Nettie. We've talked to Kagha. Nettie. Hello.
I see you. Just give me a moment.
Is there anything I can do to help? Wait patiently. Excuse me, I'm more important than some bird. Can I help?
A moment. Vis medicatrix. There. It's up to her now. Life or death. Now, what was it you needed?
I'm looking for Nettie. I need help now. Healing. Looks like I came to the right person. I'm looking for Nettie.
You found her, but I still don't know what she can do for you.
Healing as soon as possible. Do you know anything about mind flayers? Just throw it out there. Healing as soon as possible.
Come here. Let's have a look at you. You seem healthy enough. A bit tired around the eyes, maybe.
No good way of putting this. I have a tadpole in my head. More than tired, something crawled into my eye. Sure. More than tired, something crawled into my eye.
Crawled in? Some sort of bug? Or... Wait, did it look like a tadpole? But from your worst nightmare? All slime, teeth, and tentacles.
You're familiar. You know of them. Can you help me? What other kinds are there? It's not like a frog hopped in my eye. Yeah, you know of them. Can you help?
I'll do what I can. Come, follow me. I might be able to help. We need to be quick. This way.
Well, we need to be quick. I suppose I should follow you and do my looting later. Gross. Dissected drow.
This one had the same problem as you. Attacked us in the woods together with some goblins. Tadpole crawled out of his head soon after.
Drow and I have the same kind of parasite. I'm hoping for a less grave cure. So you killed him and laid him out on the table? Is everyone being captured by mind players these days? Didn't think it was a common experience. I mean, that is a fair question. There seem to be a lot of us.
Rather too common as of late. At least that's what Master Halson suspected. I pity you got me instead of him. He understands these things. Studied them. Still, we have options. You don't have to be here for this.
I will remain. I have a vested interest in the outcome.
All right. Let's see what we can do.
Thank you. I'll take anything that can help. What's that plant? Will it help? Just hurry up and cure me. I don't have time to chat. What's the plant?
It might. But first things first.
Failed
Tell me
insight.
about your symptoms. Have you noticed anything strange happening?
I can merge my mind with anyone else that's infected. I fell from a ship in the sky, but something caught me. It saved my life. An intellect devourer spoke to me, as if I was one of his own. Nope, nothing strange. I just want it out of my head. All of these are true. I think this is the most active my tadpole has been. We don't know if it was the tadpole that caught us. That's my suspicion, or if it's some other external force. But yes, I can merge my mind with anyone else infected.
Victims can identify each other. Not that the others know they're victims, of course. How'd you pick up the parasite? Halsin was desperate to find where all this was happening.
On the Mind Flayer ship. I don't know, just woke up with it. You're asking a lot of questions. No, just, I'll be honest. The Mind Flayer ship, I was kidnapped and infected.
A Mind Flayer ship? But Master Halsin was sure.
What is that noise?
Look, you've been straight with me, so I'll be straight with you. You're dangerous. If you transform here, we're all dead.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking for a cure.
You seem like a good soul. You deserve a chance to save yourself. This is a vial of wyvern poison. Swear to me, you'll swallow it if you feel any symptoms.
I thought you could cure me. What about that branch of yours?
The thorn? Coated in a fatal toxin. It was a last resort, in case I couldn't trust you. I don't have a cure. Only a way out. I'm sorry for misleading you, but I had to be sure you weren't a threat before I told you everything. Now, do I have your word or not?
Yeah, I swear it. I think I'd rather take the poison than turn into a Mind Flayer.
I hope it doesn't come to that, but thank you. Here. You know, I've spent my life treating folk and never once saw a Mind Flayer infection. Then suddenly, there's dozens of you. Maybe more. Master Halsin and I were tracking them, studying them, trying to figure out what the hells was going on. Because you should all be changing. There should be a small army of Mind Flayers out there. But you're not. Weird powers aside, you seem perfectly normal.
So what makes us special? Or is it all of them? Like all of us aren't changing? I mean, we know we should be changing. So you've learned something from studying them?
For one, that thing in your head is like nothing we've ever seen from Mind Flayers. It's one of their worms for sure. But this one gives you powers. Telepathic connections. And it doesn't turn you into one of them. Not yet, anyhow.
Huh. So you think it's only a matter of time?
Could be. But there's a lot we don't know. Infected, folks like you, have been converging on an old temple of Selûne. And I've no idea why. When Master Halsin heard the adventurers were heading that way, he saw a chance to get answers. Joined on the spot. Whatever he found there, he didn't make it back.
So go and get him. You think he's still alive?
I think so. I hope so. I've sent birds to find him, but they can't get close without goblins trying to shoot them down. You, though, you're one of them. Technically speaking, I mean. They won't kill someone carrying their parasite. If you can find Halsin and get him out of there, we can discover what he learned. And perhaps he can save your life. How's that sound?
So, if I'm understanding this right, this Halsin is this parasite is different than other Mind Flayer parasites. All of us that have been infected, not just our team, but everyone that's been infected, have been infected with the same unusual parasites. But in everyone else, it's sort of taking over their mind and actions, causing them to, I guess, go to this ruin and probably turn them into thralls, given that the Mind Flayer assumed we should have been thralls. But for whatever reason, our team has kept our minds. But none of us, us as well as the others, are turning into Mind Flayers. It's some other parasite. Or at least not immediately turning into Mind Flayers. Alright, I'll find Halsin. Sounds like you're making a lot of assumptions that could kill me. True. You're sure you can cure me? That sounds like suicide. I won't do it. Sounds like you're making a lot of assumptions that could kill me.
The way I see it, you have two options. Halsin, or that wyvern poison. I don't envy your choice. Truly. But this is the hand fate's dealt you.
There's also the Githyanki Kresh, which I don't really trust because Githyanki aren't really trustworthy. but it's a third option.
Thank you. It would mean everything to the Grove. To me. I wish I could tell you more. But only those adventurers know what happened out there. All I can say for sure is they all went to the old temple of Selûne. And Master Halsin didn't make it back. Good luck out there. And if things start to go bad, remember the vial. Remember your oath.
It was also interesting to me that Shadowheart...
It'll take more than a nasty drink to finish Lae'zel of Kresh Kalir.
Yeah, Shadowheart and Lae'zel were...
quick draft than ceremorphosis, nonetheless.
Quit talking.
The nearest quartermaster for a better weapon. It looks like you could use one.
So yeah, the two of them liked the idea of me agreeing to the wyvern poison. Astarion disliked it.
There's something in that vessel. Take a closer look.
Who? Dream Visitor. Huh. I was just wanting to loot. Halsin's Journal. Volume 1. Extraordinary happenings. While meditating in the forest, Nettie and I were ambushed by a pack of goblins led by a drow. We had no choice but to defend ourselves, but that is not the extraordinary or rather disturbing part. On the drow's death, a parasitic creature emerged from the corpse and attempted to escape. I managed to capture it and have the host's cadaver here in my study.
Just want my bed.
I've told no one of my fears. Nettie suspects, but knows better than to ask. I will investigate further before informing the others. Kagha will demand answers I don't yet have. I had better record any further findings in a separate volume and keep them on my person, lest prying eyes jump to the wrong conclusions. Halsin's pipe, hastily written note. My dear Nettie, I entrust you with the circlet to open the library. Wear it always. If you need to enter the vault, talk to Wrath. He has the rune, but won't give it to anyone, so be sure you have good reason to ask. Protect my research while I'm gone, and take care of the animals. Don't give fish to Tuffet. She's getting lazy. Master Halsin. Sorry, I already gave a fish to Tuffet just to get him to move. Notes on the drow parasite. Anatomical sketches of both a drow and an elithid tadpole are accompanied by notes written in an urgent scribble. The parasite was nestled deep in the brain matter, elithid undoubtedly, yet the host seems unaware while alive. No visible signs of ceremorphosis on the cadaver. Most strange. The final note is single underlined word. Altered?
Looks like Halsin's our best bet for a cure.
We gain nothing by chasing strangers.
Bottled tentacles.
Kresh holds our cure.
And I think this specimen is what we were told to look at. Hanging suspended in murky slime, the living tadpole looks like some hideous cousin to the slug, only gorged and slick with remnants of brain fluid. We could possibly grab it, which seems to be what the Dream Visitor is probably encouraging.
I don't need any attention right now. I just want a little look.
Let's...
What now? Neither seen nor heard.
Yeah.
Better make my next move.
We're all fine. You also stand up.
Let's get going.
We have definitely not stolen anything,
Deep and move.
because we are not thieves, and that would be terrible. But I totally trust weird voices I hear in my head. No way that could turn out poorly. Stone slab. Can't read that. You won't let me steal that flower on the ground? Alright, nothing else looks lootable. Yeah, let's just get out of here. Druid notebook. This is an ancient notebook whose ink is faded and pages are starting to crumble. It's not easy, but some words can still be made out. The Theric is finished, but it costs us the land. Darkness has fallen, corruption is everywhere. Chased by shadows picking us off, druids and harpers alike. Our wounded were safe. I returned to search for survivors. Lost, but I found his shade. I put it to rest and took his glaive. Blade infused with shadow, I've locked it away to serve as a reminder that even victory can taste bitter. So that's probably talking about the fight that we saw of the harpers and druids versus the Shar people. Oral histories of Faerun, the spell plague. Spell plague is cool. That's how the Dragonborn got to Faerun. This book is comprised of several chapters, one for each cited source. It claims to contain first-hand transcriptions of the oral histories of several storytellers throughout the realm. Chapter 25, Cornelius and Tomelius Worthywort, halflings encountered on the Golden Road south of Innerlith. I met the brothers, or rather, they found me, in the lower pass of the Firesheer Mountains. They had encountered a trail of golden discs along the path, and had resolved to gather and return them to whatever fool had more coin than common sense. It was to our mutual embarrassment that I removed my cloak to reveal my patchwork yellow hide. It was molting season, I explained, and a traveler on the road had not the luxury to shed their scales in private, as would be proper. I suspect they knew too little of Dragonborn to be appropriately disgusted, and instead invited me to sup with them. Over a roadside fire, I learned the purpose behind their journey. Cornelius, Lurin, my lad, our ancestral home, it was lost during the spell plague. Tomelius, we're nothing lost, Con. It's not Nan's lucky Nashers, is it? It sank. Cornelius, wasn't I there when the blue fire took it? Sure, what do you remember? You were knee-high to a gnome. Tomelius, I remember you crying. Maybe it was you that sank the place, going back to finish the job. Cornelius, watch that lip lest I fatten it. Only a fool speaks ill of his homeland. Their brows were bristling dangerously, and so I diverted hostilities by speaking of my own people's ancestral home, the blighted world of Abir, and the 1,000-year tyranny of dragons we lived under, until the spellfire of the blue fire of the spell plague brought us to this world. Cornelius, right. Tomelius, another potato. Good stuff. On antidotes. A deep crease in the spine makes the booklet fall open to reveal one recipe in particular. Neat writing in the corner marks it as an antidote for all known potions. This is it, the recipe that made me decide to publish my notes. The story might not interest you, but I shall record it for posterity. Feel free to skip to the actual recipe. I was sitting in the elf song, sipping my usual hot cocoa, the heat soothing the pain in my scaleless hands. A small child, a human, stumbled through the door, sick as a dog. All other patrons seemed like they wanted to help, but nobody could pay for an antidote for a stranger's child. Meanwhile, the ingredients were just lying around in the kitchen. Every single one of those people could have saved that child, but only I knew how. It felt like a crime. Recipe for 1 bottle of antidote. Extract needed, salts of mugwort, suspension of bullywug trumpet. Method, slowly trinkle salts into suspension, stir clockwise until the concoction's consistency turns almost chewable. It might turn slightly green, but this is purely aesthetic and has no effect on the antidote itself. And remember, when in doubt with alchemy, just recall the rule of 3. Thrice the same ingredient forms an extract excellent. Unlocked the antidote. Boiling cauldron of Theriac? Looks like an interactive... no, never mind. Thinking that the mouse had changed in some way, but it did not. Well, that... No, don't click on the door. I'm trying to go out the door. I think that is everything. So let's try talking to those adventurers again and see if they can give us any more information about Halsin now that we've got the quest to go find him. And will you guys tell me anything about Halsin?
Few outsiders are allowed in here. Be respectful
And do not interfere.
I did not interfere. And I was reasonably
Show some
respectful.
dignity and leave. You've burdened this place with your troubles long enough.
It is interesting to see the different views of these druids. Like, Kagha and these three, how angry they are versus Halsin and Wrath, who were apparently very peaceful and friendly. And it's like, how did you guys get along beforehand?
You ever scare me like that again, and I'll feed you to a knoll.
Mom, I'm fine. Stop it.
Our little Hellion told us what happened. Thank you. Don't know what we'd do without her.
I hope we'll meet again under better circumstances. I saved your daughter. Got anything more than a thanks for me? Could have ended badly. Keep her in line from now on. No more light-fingered antics, right, Arabella? This could have ended badly. Keep her in line from now on.
The Nine Hells will sooner freeze over. But we'll try.
We got a reward.
It's our job to get us out of this safely. Not
Chimera's locket.
It's my job
Dancing
too.
lights.
The druids don't care about us.
Dancing lights is a terrible spell.
We have to
That
look
10
after
turn.
ourselves.
Did not realize it would be that bad. Let's see if Mole has anything further to say since we rescued another one of her kids. She's any friendlier. We were told to talk to her.
I had a feeling you'd be back.
Yes.
Mercon says you got him out of a tight spot with some harpies. Gotta say, I'm impressed. Anyway, you want to talk? Talk.
Nope. Looks like you have
You've been a
nothing
friend
further to
to
say.
us. Come back anytime.
I shall. Possibly. Okay. If we run into them in Baldur's Gate, we're at least on friendly terms, which could be beneficial. Ooh, this might be jumpable. Didn't see you before. Let's see, that might be a Lae'zel only jump.
Ignorance breeds madness.
Barely can't make it. Can you step forward just a tiny bit more? I mean, worst case, she has the Githyanki super jump. Yankee Psionics jump. Cast it on yourself. Now jump over here. Acid Vial and some gold. Yeah, check out this crazy jump.
Still alive. So that's progress.
I think it triples her jump range or something. Crazy. But that's everything in here, I believe. If we go to our map, we've spoken with Kagha. We didn't actually speak with Kagha about canceling the ritual. I don't think that would turn out well anyway, so I'm not super concerned. Yeah. We've got Karlach here. Where? So if we move way over, Githyanki are here. Night Song and Halsin there. And Auntie Ethel, who thinks she can safely get all the way down there as a unassuming old woman. I think we did explore all around there. Yeah. Okay. Yes, let's talk to the adventurers, who may not want to talk to us because we did kind of beat them up. To be fair, they attacked us after I used magic on them. Well, let's see if they have anything further to say about Halsin. Wow, you guys left a lot of blood on the ground.
I'm drinking. You're leaving.
Not leaving until you tell me exactly what happened to the first druid.
I already told you. He was at the temple ruins with us. But it ain't like we forced him to go along.
I get that.
As soon as he heard we had a contract to find that Night Song relic, he was more eager than a hound in heat. When the goblins jumped us, most of my crew scarpered, just like I taught them to. The old codger didn't.
So as soon as goblins attacked, you didn't bother fighting back, you just ran? You just left him to die? And where exactly did you leave him?
Gobos are holed up in the temple ruins, out west of here. Last I saw Alcin, he was right in the thick of them. If you head that way, you'll likely smell him or hear their drums before you see him.
And you just left him to die?
Yeah, and I'd do the same again. He weren't my responsibility. If you want to play the hero, go ask the goblins nicely, and maybe they'll give you whatever's left of him.
Okay, well, then we have some confidence that he's in the temple, that they did make it to the temple, where that's where he was left.
Need anything else?
I could sell more.
Of course, but please remember, you're not the only one in need.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of knickknacks I can sell you. Probably. Battle axe, some random bows. Great axe, another random bow. I'll keep the magic items for now. I don't know who all we're going to get in our party. And I'm also going to keep the armor of the various characters. I don't know why, it just feels right to not just sell their default gear. And then, let's see. Harper stuff. We'll sell you. What were you? This worn leather-bound journal smells of moisture and rotting vegetation. Only a few loose pages are legible, blood having soaked through the others. I don't remember you, but I probably got you recently. So we'll just sell you. Perfumed letter we don't need. That's the book we bought from the kid that we've already read. We have the mug, malachite. Alright. That's everything, I think. Yeah.
Sylvanus be with you.
And with that, I think we are ready to get back on the road finally. To start heading, I don't know where.
These tieflings prove fragile. I've a mind to end their misery myself.
Calm yourself. They're survivors, not soldiers.
If they're not soldiers, why are they the only ones guarding the wall? So yeah, next time, I think, do I want to, let's go find Karlach. I think that's where we'll go. Because the question was, should I head towards Halsin or should I head towards Auntie Ethel? But I forgot about Karlach. We'll head there to help the Blade of Frontiers catch his quarry. I guess, do we go... No, that doesn't connect. So we're going to have to go around this way and then swing up. Yeah. So that's the plan for next time. Hope you had fun and enjoyed this, and I will see you next time.